the students grow. That's what we're here for. We're not just here to put on good shows. We're here to, for an academic purpose. We're here to make sure that our students are developing as performers, are getting something out of it. And so that's why I've made the decision on this show and then the last show I directed here, Glass Menagerie, to bring in guest artists. And so Robert and Heather were my guest artists this time around. And what that essentially does is it allows people from the community who have been doing theater for a while, in some instances longer than the students themselves, or maybe they've been doing more dramas, in the case of both Robert and Heather, both of them been heavily involved in dramas. And so they can bring something, bring a different element to this process. And they can help the students with their characters, they can help the students with their process. And so I know there was many nights where we had a discussion, particularly with teeters, and how to cry and how to get there, where Robert and Heather were both able to add in very different points of views, but because they were both able to add those expertise and those moments, then Eric and Sydney were able to get a very well-rounded teaching moment, and I think that's really important. And Izzy too, even though he's, you could say, just running the light board, one, that's still an incredibly opportunity, but two, we also taught him a lot about the technical side of it, which is something that we don't get a whole lot of a chance to do. And so Israel got to learn a lot of the tech side of it. And then, of course, coming in and watching the show and doing that, we also reinforce what he learned in beginning ed.
I feel like it's taught me a lot, even from the technical side, the acting side. I take everything that our professor teaches us, and I try to learn it as best as I can. Sure, I might mess it up a couple of times, but I mean, I really listen, and honestly, I would love to learn more from him, because, I mean, all I want to do is learn, and if I can put it out there, if I can make it a profession, I'll try, and if it doesn't happen, then at least I know what I'm supposed to do.
So you're learning things you can take into pretty much any career?
Of course, confidence, learning how to present yourself in front of people, and
Public speaking skills?
yeah.
I'm not a student, but I started theater here in Hobbs 3.5 years ago, and I am not the same person I was before I started.
Well, this is such an intimate show that to have everyone from all ages pretty much in the show, we're working around generations and the learning, and of course you're always there to push us to the best possible place that we can be, and you're not going to leave us hanging, and it's not one of those things of learnings, patience, being there for each other to where you know that you're going to push us there and we're going to get there.
And Tripp says on numerous occasions, I worship you, I totally love you. They worship you, they totally love you. One of the lines that Silda has is, honey, I have loved you as much as I possibly can. But how do you love someone that became someone else? And so love is such a prevalent element in this entire piece, in this entire story. Love motivates all of Brooke's actions. Love motivates Lyman and Polly's actions. Love motivates Silda's actions. Love motivates Tripp's actions. And I think by pursuing the love in there, one, it rings true to something that I once read, that is, every story is a love story. And this is a love story about a family. There's not romantic love in this at all. There's no, moment where, two people fall in love in a romantic sense, and it's that kind of story. These are people who love each other desperately. All of them love each other so desperately. And this moment of crisis happens in their lives, and you see all of them at one point in the play or another sort of quietly asking themselves, how can we get through this? How can I hold on to these people that I love and survive this? And that's what I think is so brilliant about the play and so brilliant about the performances that are being done, because it could be very easy, very, very easy to just go into snarling, angry rage at any moment in this play. But I think by always attaching it to love, one, I think this family becomes more real, and two, I think it affects audiences in a more devastating sort of manner.
People can't hurt you without love.
yourself down because you want them to know that you